Well, hello everybody. Welcome, Master Heart family. It's our beautiful Mondays. I was on the phone today with someone and I was clapping. We were all excited over she got more and more business and more easy money. And she said, hey, I can hear you clapping, and it's like, oh yeah, we love that, get that energy going, you know. So welcome to Master Heart family, and here is where we're with our spiritual family. It's a place to freely, share your dreams and desires, ask divine intelligence, ask God for answers and solutions to whatever you want. And I promise you that God has such a special way to work all this in, play all of this in, if you will, to help you, no matter whose question or comment it is, that it will help you, and you're going to absolutely love this session together. And so any miracles anybody wants to share, any thoughts, any dreams, desires? Yeah.
Um, last week, Monday, actually, I had a surgery. It was 5 hour operation,
Yes.
a neurosurgery for my arm. It's been going since 2014. Um, when I supposed to stay in the hospital for 2 days, but I decided to leave because I don't want to stay there. I was thinking about my kids. Are they gonna do their homework? Next day, Adam, like my son has a science test. I need to do some review with him. Then in the night, I asked my husband to sleep in the guest room because I want him to sleep since he have work in the morning.
Yeah.
I was in pain, but I didn't complain. I want to, like, I was crying, honestly, but I felt somebody holding my left arm where I did my surgery. I'm in a cast right now.
Yeah.
And I felt another hand like in my forehead all night long. And my medication was opened. I asked my husband, he didn't open it. My son didn't open it. It just opened. I don't know how, I didn't know,
Yeah.
but it's just a miracle.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
miracle.
A
That's
miracle.
Yes,
beautiful.
God always with us. Like he sent his angel to take care of us, no matter like you alone or no.
Mm.
But we God loves everybody. We
Yeah.
just need to see that.
Yeah, that is just remarkable. Yeah, and it's just the miracles. They're all over the place, and so Dua has this operation on Monday, 5 hour operation. She's supposed to stay at the hospital for 2 days. Normally the hospital wants to get you out of there in 2 minutes, and for 2 days, which means it's really serious. But she did pay attention to it. Pay attention to the pain or getting the drama about, oh, I have to stay here. That hey, she had life to live, and children and family and business. In fact, she even did business, and she didn't even bring that up. And she was talking to people and sharing some good news about health and some other things that she does. And so, yeah, the miracles came where she was able to, live life. And the doctors are miracles too, to be able to work on her arm, and for 5 hours. That's all a blessing. And then those medicine caps, they're tough to get off, and you certainly can't with one hand get it off, and all of a sudden it's open. Who does the opening? And so who does the opening?
Yeah, even my husband said, "Oh, maybe Adam." I told him no. Then he asked my son in the morning. He didn't believe me, and he gave it to me in the morning. Try to open it, but I cannot move my fingers.
Yeah,
None. I can move it. I mean, I can't.
yeah.
This is the angels.
The angels. Yeah, the angels. That's beautiful. Love it. That's incredible, Dua, and thank you. And I love this idea about the who's opening, and And so think about just like doors opening for you now. And they're doors to the divine. They're doors to divine intelligence that these doors are opening now for all of us and more and more. In fact, I talked to someone today and it was really cute. She knew we were going to be talking today, and you're going to again love all of this, but she knew we were going to invite Archangel Gabriel, the angel of communication, in today. And so she shared with me that she said, and when she answered the phone, she was like the highest vibration that I've ever heard her answer the phone. And I said, "Oh my gosh, you just sound fantastic. You must be doing the joy shop." And she said, "Yeah, doing the joy shop, and I got business, and things are flowing." And she goes, "But more so, I just got off with Archangel Michael and Gabriel." And I said, "Oh, really? You invited them in?" And she goes, "Yeah, I invited them in. And, I love them because I was able to vent with them." In other words, all that stuff that was going on, to be able to vent. Hey, you need somebody to vent. You can even vent, if you will, to your archangels. And I absolutely adore that. However, I do want to share with all of us that let's not use the archangels for venting, because then they'll give you more of whatever you're venting with. And then remember, we always want to ask for what we want, and so to make sure that we ask for the things that we do want. And so if I vent and I get mad about life and God didn't get this for me or that for me, which isn't the case at all, we're the only ones that disallows our own good. And to know that, hey, we just want to be able to ask for what we want, and then we can receive it. And the more, if we get angry, the more God will give us things to be angry about, because that's our prayer, and God answers all of our prayers, whether we want it or not. So that's beautiful. Other thoughts, other miracles, other things going on? Questions, comments?
Yeah, I'll share.
Hey, man.
Hi. So yesterday morning, I started out with the joy shop like I always do now. And I had a phone conversation with a friend of mine from Panama. We started this thing where every first Sunday of the month, we sort of get together and just talk about what we desire and just kind of get into the flow and the feeling of it and feeling good. And so she called, and I'm like, racing home so that I could, be in a still moment. But as she's, on my car phone and I'm driving along, I just see the biggest rainbow that I haven't seen in like maybe 4 or 5 years. And it took my breath away. I had to pull my car over and just take it in for a moment. And I said, this is amazing. Like, I haven't seen a rainbow in so long. And at this moment when we're just now starting this sort of tradition, we get this rainbow. Yeah. And then because it was sort of a stormy day yesterday, when I got home, we talked for a while, and then we went into just talking about what we wanted to manifest. And for the 20 minutes that we were in this sort of positive space, clouds parted, full sun, just streaming in. My whole room was filled with sun. Yeah. And, I got kind of teary because I was like, wow, this has to be, there's no coincidences, right? This has to be a sign. And so after we got off the call, I was checking my email, and I received an email from a news station I did an interview with 2 months ago to promote my art. But I never heard anything back from them. So I was contacting them and never heard anything. So I was just like, well, maybe they're not going to show my segment. And, I kind of forgot about it. But in that moment, they emailed me and said, your segment is done. Here is the proof. And we're going to be airing it in the next 2 weeks. So yeah. So it just opened up. And so I was so excited about that. And then after that, I received a text message, I believe, from you. Thank you. Thank you. I received a text message from Dr. Hank saying, basically big things are going to be happening and look for big happy surprises or miracles. And I said, well, one just came in. So everything was in divine timing. It's great.
That's just beautiful. And what I love most about that is, yes, it'll manifest us, opportunities and amazing TV opportunity and everything. But this world is so beautiful, and that if we just open up the door. And I really think the theme, I did a meditation before we started today, and all of a sudden I see this door open, and there's this beautiful white light. And I knew it was Archangel Gabriel, who's a white light. And I just saw all of these doors opening, and it's like what Nia just shared there is, when you're open, and instead of, and to be clear, when we're not open, it's when we're thinking about things we don't want, okay, and we're resisting it. And remember, we have 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of those, so 48,000 thoughts are resistant thoughts. Thoughts about what we don't want, or what we don't have, or what we can't have, or what we don't like, or whatever. And when you leave those behind, and so the Joy Shop is one excellent way to do that, and you start improving your thinking more about what you want, that the miracles happen. And and Ross always teases me about how, I love rainbows, and I always attract rainbows, and I do love rainbows. I saw a rainbow yesterday, and it's, it's the beautiful rainbow. It's the sun, and for most of us, probably we've been pretty bad weather, and weather hasn't been very good. It's been overcast, whatever. It's really not bad at all. It's just contrast. It's about, it helps us to appreciate the sunshine, and helps us to appreciate. So
on Amazon Music.
Somebody talking there. Let's see. I think maybe it might be you. Because I know you have the kiddos with you, and we love that. But what a beautiful way to be able to, I'm going to mute there. And so if you want to talk, just unmute yourself if you would. And just what a beautiful way to start looking for the miracles in your life. Start asking for the miracles in your life, and you'll see that they come. And it's just not about the money or the business. It's really about you feeling good. And what a great way to feel good, to see the sun, and all of a sudden to see the heavens part, the clouds part, and the sun come. And that's what happens with our lives, is that when we start asking for what we want, and that as we start feeling better, that literally the heavens part and all of our goodies come to us. And those goodies are, everything from being to doing to having the things that we have asked for. That's beautiful. Other thoughts, miracles, comments, what you like best?
Oh, no.
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah, I just it's good to be with you, and my schedule is now cleared, so this is filled in with this spot here. So I'm really excited about that. It's great to see everybody now, the smiling, beautiful faces, and it's like and where I come from, Dr. Hank. We work one-on-one together and stuff, and it's like the floodgates have opened now. Like I'm in my garden. I spend time with the angels. I spend time with Jesus. I invite them into my day, and like it'd be too much stuff to go through on here, but I'm telling you, like everything has transformed. Everything has become this kind of like when I saw Jesus and he said, let me show you now. Let me do this for you, and it's like everything is like that. I have a thought this morning. I go, man, I really want to hear from so-and-so. And I swear less than 60 seconds later, an email popped up for me. He said, I'm really interested. Let's get going with this, and this incredible woman that's walked into my world. Like I didn't have to go seek and find, and it's like everything, even to the point, like I've been kind of stuck at the gym at 230 pounds on bench press.
Wow.
And I just went into it, and I just had a thought on the way there. Like I want to get more. I want to do more. I want to experience more and stuff. And I just skipped right up to 270 pounds, and I did a full set of them. And without, it was like, oh my God, like, I mean, to go, I've never experienced that kind of a gain.
Wow.
And it can't be anything other than this alignment and getting myself into place. And I know it's taken a while, a lot of patience, I guess I would see on your side of bringing me back to that and stuff. But it's really like that asking and then just allowing it, nothing else. Asking and just allowing it and just moving forward. And I'll tell you, like, we're going to talk on Wednesday, because this thing is it gets so exciting sometimes, it's kind of scary. You know what I mean? And it wants to go to that other side too. So we'll talk more about that, but it's just so incredible how many, like how easy and flowing. It's like I'm living in that garden, even though I'm not, you know what I mean? Even though I'm walking here and stuff, like it's happening simultaneous. So this is really incredible.
That is so exciting, Joey. And yeah, that is something. When you said 230, I thought you were first talking about your weight, but it's your weight that you lift is not 230. And then you went up to 270.
Yeah. I mean, and again, you know, it's lifted weights. It's just what, but for me, it's huge. You know, the owner of the gym came up to me and he goes, I got to ask you something. Just, you know, it's okay either way, but are you on steroids? And I go, oh my God, no. And I thought, am I not acting right at the gym or something? He thinks I'm going loopy. And he goes, I saw you across the room and lift that. And I had no idea that was you. He said, he's a power lifter. He goes, I can't lift that much. So it's just really easy and flowing and so much less effort, so much less constraining, and so much less on my part other than asking and allowing.
God, isn't that beautiful? Wow. Yeah, and you actually, not only are you on steroids, but we all are.
We just don't have to inject.
God steroids, baby. Yeah. And see, and we've been taught these beliefs on, it just can't be that easy to ask, and we got to work hard, and we can just leave all that away. Remember that it's just 5 steps to anything that we need, and we only need to do 2 of them. And so the first step is to ask. So ask and receive, and that's kind of the beginning and the end, the first step and the 5th step. And all we need to do is this asking is our thinking. And so now Joey is thinking more about what he wants than what he doesn't want. And then that automatically goes into an emotion. And so we create this emotion. It's our communication system with God. It's the way our signal is these emotions. It's a perfect communication, not our words, but how we really feel. Because, like, for example, if you say, gee, I hope my travels are safe today, you might actually not be thinking safe. You might be thinking unsafe. Okay. And there's a slippery slope between the wanted and the unwanted. And that's why I always say, instead of using words that are slippery slope, do things like my travels are easy, enjoyable. That if they're enjoyable, we don't have to, there won't be any issues with unsafe, if you will, or accident or whatever, we don't want. So again, it's that first step. It's us thinking that is our responsibility. And then that feeling is the signal that that's our communication to God. And typically within 1 minute, if we think about a subject, within 1 minute, that signal gets to God. And that signal, your prayer, is then instantly received and instantly answered by God. And so, but most people say, but Dr. Hank, I've been asking for the money, and where's my stuff? Look at my bank account, or look at, I don't have the type of car I want in the garage or whatever. And in step 3, God puts it into this energy form. It's there for us, but we have to do step 4, what Joey was saying. And that is, we need to, as I call it, Abe, allow it, believe it, and expect it. So Joey now allows it. He doesn't have, and that means not to have resistant thoughts. When I ask for something, more business, better health, better relationships. Some of you have asked to channel with divine intelligence. You can simply ask. We're gonna be with divine intelligence today and Archangel Gabriel, and all you need to do is open it up. What that door open, okay? Thinking about those doors opening, and today the white door opens for you to be an angel of communication. So to allow it, to believe it. And what are you believing in? For sure, yourself and the power that you have with your mind, with your thoughts, with your asking. But the belief in God, that God is going to answer your prayers. All of our prayers are answered. They're just not in all of them in our experience, because we don't allow it. We don't believe it. We don't believe that. But if you'll just ask yourself, do you think God has the capability to have you be independently wealthy? Do you think that? You think God has the power to make you independently wealthy? You think God has the power to make you healthier, to heal you faster? And what's the answer? Yeah, you bet. Yeah. And so allow it, believe it, and then expect it. Hey, it's here, and I got to be looking for it. And so it's just expecting and looking for it, not on, okay, I'm looking at my bank account but looking for it, just knowing that, oh yeah, I'm going to check checks their email, and suddenly this miraculous opportunity presents itself. Do as medicine bottles open miraculously, that Joey's life opens up miraculously, as all of yours are in so many different ways. We've just been taught to focus on what's not playing out. And so there's always, you can look at anything and find something unwanted on it, or you can find the wanted. And all we need to do is find the wanted. It's not really good or bad. It's what I want and what I desire, what I love. And so we just need to do two things. And Joey, you become a master. Dr. K.
Dr. Hank, the scriptures say life and death is in the power of the tongue. And we have to be so careful of what we say, because what we say is what we get, basically. So after the joy shop in the morning, my thought process goes through my 2023 board of accomplishments and what I am choosing to have in my life. Not what I want, but what I choose.
Awesome.
And that has changed everything for me in my thought process.
Wow.
So make sure you say the correct thing. Otherwise, you will get what you say.
Yeah.
Well, I feel sick today. Well, you're going to be sick today.
Exactly.
Or I feel well today and my day is going to be the best day ever. And it will be.
Yeah. Boy, Dr. K. Yeah, I love you. Every week you come in with biblical support behind everything that, and this is all divine, and we're all here together to be able to share this good news, to see it helps our belief to hear Joey, to hear me, that it helps us to be able to believe, well, hey, I saw Joey do it. I saw Mia do that. I can do this too. And you can, and you don't have to work hard. And it's not going to take a long time, because back to Dr. K's comment is, if you say, well, it's going to take some time. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they said, well, that'll take some time. And I said, well, if you choose to, as Dr. K, if you choose to have it take some more time, it sure will. And probably never get it. It's kind of back to that patience, that I pray for patience. God, don't do that, please. And it's those little words. So, and if you'll ask, an easy way to do this too, it's just all easy, that just ask. Who are you asking? God, your higher power. power, all it is, divine intelligence, whatever, however you want to look at that, whatever feels best for you. And, but to keep it easy, that you ask God, show me the way, give me better feeling thoughts. And that really is the name of the game. In fact, I wrote a book, and I don't have it here, but one of my books that is Good Feeling Thoughts. And every day it's just 7 good feeling thoughts. And I've had lots of people read that book and just every day in those 7 good feeling thoughts. And it's significantly improved their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you need to do, and where did I get those words from? I asked God, hey, I want good feeling thoughts. And my cup overflowed. I had so many good feeling thoughts. I said, well, I might as well write a book about this. And it's like, oh my gosh, who has good feeling thoughts where they can do 7 each day? What, 365 times 7, whatever that number is. That's how, many that good feeling thoughts, and it's gone way beyond that to write another book about it. And in fact, I love this. So Dr. K, you really hit on something great on this idea about what, you're thinking. And last night, we were watching Pretty Woman. And so it's an older, a movie, and kind of cute. And that's another thing is to, watch fun movies, funny movies, happy movies, anything, because like if you're troubled with someone, go watch a better, happy movie. So anyways, we're watching Pretty Woman, and they had a quote there, and somebody said, you see, I reinterpret everything that people are saying to me or that I'm being exposed to. I reinterpret it to the way that and I know some of you also have been able to now train yourself that the gospel, if you will, is between you and God and how you feel. So I heard, and it was something like, people have been telling me that I'm so bad that I've started to believe it, okay, but something so bad. So immediately, I don't monitor my thoughts or the thoughts of whatever words are given me. Immediately, I'm just monitoring, and in a gentle, easy way, my feelings. And I went, oh, that didn't feel good. And so I went like, how do I make this? Because remember, everything can be wanted or unwanted. And so I text every one of you the opposite of that today. And it was, remember the sentence that I heard was, oh, people were saying that, I was no good, and they told me that enough till I believed it. And then I thought, oh, our master heart family. How are we with each other? How do we share? What do we do? And then it came, when people put you up enough, okay, and this was, again, texted to all of you, you start to believe in you. And that's also what's happening here, is the dynamics of that we see that, wow, other people can do it. The 4-minute, to run a mile under 4 minutes was considered impossible, never to ever be done by man. And one person did it, and then about a dozen other people did it after him. Why is that? Because they got the whole the belief, and so this is the allowing belief expect. And so and so Joey, is doing 270 or whatever. I don't know what I could do, but
Dr. Hank,
yeah.
the man who ran the first sub 4-minute mile, his name is Roger Bannister.
Yes.
And it happened in 1953. And it's the same year that Sir Edmund Hillary climbed to the top of Mount Everest.
Wow.
And Roger Bannister said, this was my Mount Everest, and I knew I could do it. And that's why he did it.
Wow. That just gave me God bumps all over.
Yeah.
I just felt all of those God bumps all over. Yeah. So that's what each one of us are. It's Mount Everest. and we got this life. Where
We got this.
we got this, baby. We got this, Dr. K. Yeah, we got this. We rise above life. It's what was the quote that I had? We are we are in this world, but not out of this world. And so we can rise above this. You know, I rise sometimes so far above this world that I got to remind myself to keep me rooted, my feet rooted in Mother Earth, because otherwise I'm going to fly away. And so, but don't worry, you won't. Don't let that be a concern. It's all fun. You just keep on playing with the angels. Beautiful. Other thoughts? Yeah. So, let's get into our beautiful archangels and a little background. You know, who are the archangels? That basically mankind who has walked before us has basically asked for 7 key things from God. And God loves each one of us so much that he gave us these beautiful archangels, these 7 archangels, and they're this loving energy. God is loving energy everywhere, in and around and through all of us and everything. But there are these 7 archangels, which are these divine energies that, because everything is energy, if you will, loving energies. And they are there, and typically to help us. And who the kind of leader of the pack is, if you will, is Archangel Michael. It's kind of human terms on a leader of the pack, and really don't. And also considered the most powerful, but again, that's more human terms. That he's got just lots of love. And Archangel Michael, is main intention and gift that he has for us is to become a master of manifesting. So for each one of us to be a master of to have a master of our lives, master of our souls, that we're it. We get to call it the way we want it or not. Either way, we get it whether we want it or not. And to have a long, happy, healthy, and wealthy life. And Archangel Michael comes to us with that. And he also helps us to just release our fear, because our fear is really the only thing that prevents us from having anything we want. And that fear turns into resistant thoughts that can be, anger, worry, doubt, complaining, shame, guilt, whatever. And so Archangel Michael, when he was on a couple of weeks ago, and with us, and many of you have experienced him since then, that then all the other archangels said, hey, I want to turn to be with the Master Heart family, and to come into them and have them experience us. And so last week we did Raphael, and Raphael's a green, beautiful energy, and that is health. And so Raphael provides us health. And this week, kind of in the order that I have been introduced to them, these archangels, Archangel Michael introduced me then to the other 6 archangels. And I have a very intimate, loving relationship with them. They're with me every day of every moment. And it's beautiful. And that's because I asked them in. I literally asked them in every day of every moment. And because Archangel Gabriel knew that he would be on, if you will, today. He was all excited. And that's why in my meditation, he said, hey, have him imagine the door opening in this beautiful white light, because he is a white, loving energy. And his energy, he is the archangel of communication and will help each one of us to be an angel of communication. And when I was told that angel of communication, I mean, I just had God bumps all over me, and I just love that. And so now I don't talk at all. Like, I don't do any of this. This is all just, coming through me. And people tell me, oh my God, the way you communicate different things. And say, hey, it's not me. Yeah, it's God, and God just, I'm in a pure state of allowing this beautiful, loving energy to include the energy specifically with the archangels. And the beauty is, see, everything is civil. We have our committee has gotten in there. The only devil there is our lower self, and has gotten in there and told us that everything is hard and difficult and got to work hard and it's complex and take a long time and all this stuff, and it's all bullshit. And that none of it's true. It's all easy. And all we have to do, I've been told, and I know it's true, is all we have to do is ask. And so to ask what? To invite the archangels in. So I invite all of you to now close your eyes. It's an easier way to go in. And we're going to do 1 minute of breathing. And in 1 minute, we really get the energy, the connection with the divine going. And so I'd like us all just to breathe in now. Breathe in deeply, 5 seconds. And then blow out and say to yourself, relax. Oh, relax, relax. Breathe in all the way to your toes. And as you blow out, say to yourself, at ease, and just become easy, become so relaxed. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just now give thanks for the magnificence of who you are. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, ask to invite now the divine in, to ask to invite God in. Breathe in, breathing in God's breath. And as you breathe out, give thanks for your oneness with God and all that is. And now breathe in. Breathing in now the white light of Archangel Gabriel. And as you breathe out, it's that white light just surrounding you now, flowing around you and in you and all through you. And we now invite Archangel Gabriel in with your beautiful, loving, white light energy, the divine white light of God. Now enters into our minds, into our bodies, into our spirit, our feelings. We call upon you, the Archangel of Communication, to now grant us access to be the angel of communication. We ask that when each one of us, that when we communicate first and foremost to ourselves, that we do it with love. And as we communicate to others, that we do so where we touch their minds, we touch their hearts, and we uplift them. Oh. And we ask that as we communicate, that we have the perfect body language, that we have the perfect tone of voice, that we have the perfect thoughts that turn into the perfect words that flow out of us into the essence of the people that we speak with, to every person that we even think of, and that they connect with us. We connect together in magical ways. They understand what we share with them. They understand the blessing that we are to them. They understand our value and they welcome us. They put down their guard now and they open up their shade of communication and they openly communicate with us because we have led the way. We have invited Archangel Gabriel into our experience now to be able to share this magnificence of angelic communication to ourselves and to the world. We just love this and give such great thanks for this. And we now ask that our communication not only go to every person that we speak with, that we connect with, that we're with, that we even think about, but also that we ask that we be the angel communication to ourselves. We're just angels now and speak angelically to ourselves, communicate to ourselves angelically. We ask to be the angel of communication to God Almighty and all that is. We ask that we speak as an angel of communication to our archangels, to all of our angels that gather up all of our desires and bring them forth to us now. Oh. We just love being the angel of communication now, uplifting ourselves and uplifting the world, taking people to a whole new level, helping them to understand what's possible for them, and helping them to showing them the way with the answers and solutions to take what's possible and make it possible for ourselves and for all of those that we connect with. We just love this divine ability now to be the angels of communication. We ask that we be angel of communication with our master heart family and to each other, to our loved ones, to our families, to the people we work with, to our team members, to all those that help us, to the world, that we now step forward with heart. And we open up our heart and we lead now with heart. And we just love that we lead with love. And when we do that, everyone just comes like a magnet to us, where we help each other to our desires. And it's all because we are leading with heart, because we are now the angels of communication. And Archangel Gabriel, we thank you so much for being with us here and now. And we ask that you be with us on every thought, on every emotion, on every body language, on our communication and our words, that have them all be angelic, have us be angelic. And for this, we give such thanks. And so it is. And it is done. Amen. I feel angelic. Do 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 like I knew that I would. What do you like best about that? Oh, come on.
I've been asking to have correct communication when I speak.
Wow.
When you have correct communication and love, it always comes back.
Yeah, it does. And so there, the easy answer is you've been asking for it. Here it is.
Yes.
And it's just, so divine and so wonderful. And this is as easy as it is. You will see, you will start listening to people, start talking to people, and that they're going to be listening, and they're going to be like, you become irresistible. Don't you just love that? Oh my God, I love being irresistible.
Yeah.
And because all we are is we're good, and we're leading with heart. So everything that we're sharing with them, that as we help ourselves, that we're helping them. And it's just like a magical way that God has to, as we help ourselves and as we lead with heart, and as we are angels of communication, that then the miracles happen. The communication with other people is one of the ways in order to have our desires to come true. And when we help others, that for our desires, that we help them with their desires. And again, it's against the things we've been taught. Hey, you got to think about other people first. I can't think or feel for anybody but myself. And when I do, and when I'm thriving, the whole world is thriving with me.
Amen. Dr. Hank, can I share real quick?
Yeah.
Thank you for today. It's great to see you again. And I know it's been a minute, but you have taught me so much on my vision. Now I see, like, I think his name is Joey was saying, after our one-on-one, my training with you, Dr. Hank, I feel like I have a new vision. I can see all the blessings daily. Like, I think it was Mia that was talking about the rainbow.
Yeah.
My drive in the morning, I see the sun rays, the sun rising, and you just see the rays all around, and it's just, you feel God's presence.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to talk about the communication. I just recently worked with a client, and she's got strong faith as well. And we were just both on the same page. And she was like, you know what? If this is what God wants to happen, it's going to happen. And I said, yes. I've done my training with you, and when it aligns with God, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
And that whole transaction with her is just so unbelievable. It's so, you can't believe all the miracles that happen. And she made a comment. She goes, oh, I just love when God shows out. But there's just so many throughout the whole transaction, even the seller's agent.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, that does not happen where you have an amazing agent on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's what my prayer was for her, is that we find the right house for her, and we find the right location and everything, and it all fell into place, and you just felt God's presence through the whole thing. And it's amazing. And I thank you for letting me find my new lenses to see.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing all the blessings go hand in hand, and how beautiful it's just beautiful to see.
Yeah. Yeah. We take off the black lenses and we put the rainbows in. I love that, Angelica. It's so good to see you. And hey, Mira, I see the Mira there.
Oh.
Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Do you want to see Dr. Hank dressed today in a white? And if you'll see rays there, okay, so you just were talking about rays. And I think, let's see, where is it? Oh, right here, the star. And so it was my only white shirt. I asked, God, I threw away all my business white shirts like a couple years ago, and it was the most glorious time ever. and so I asked today, I said, so what I asked God, so what should I wear? White. I don't have anything white, and I haven't worn this shirt in 5 years or whatever. And then on the back of it, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? What it says there? I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's Dr. Hank and it's one with God.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Dr. Hank?
yes.
So I've been really thinking about, I want to become a better listener. And that's all part of being a better communicator.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that today.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And, it's really about listening and understanding what the other person wants. And that, we are so used to going to training and say, hey, say this and say that. And it's kind of like I say it's kind of like you're puking all over people, and like, we don't even know if they're interested where they're at. And we just spit it all out with our emails or our communication. And instead, just take it easy, pause. Invite ArchAngel Gabriel in and that, hey, I care about you. I want to connect with you. And so it's not about you, being the coolest and, having all the answers, or it's about you being the nicest, and you wanting to connect and you caring about other people. And this idea about listening, what do they say? Why did God give us 2 ears and 1 mouth? Supposed to be listening twice as much. And so for those of us that, really all of us are offering, our value out to the world, whatever that is, and that, what's valuable to us is different to other people and in varying degrees. And so, to listen to what they are when you listen, and then just don't be concerned with how you're going to answer. When you really are in a pure state of allowing, the perfect answer will come to you. All of a sudden, you'll be saying these things, and you'll be like, where did that stuff come from? And so, like, like even these calls or my, one-on-one calls with, my divine loved ones that, I don't have an agenda where, hey, we're going to do this, and I'm going to hold you accountable to this. None of that, and hey, I'm going to be kind and loving, listen, understand, pick up your vibration, and then I'm going to let ArchAngel Gabriel do the talking and do the listening. So I love that. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a beautiful, beautiful one. Well, that's great. Any other last comments? Thoughts? What did you like best?
Well, I just want to say that it's interesting. Can't really tell this to many people, but when you're thinking something, it appears in all different kind of ways. It's appears in the clouds it just appears like I'm reading a book, and then suddenly it appears.
Yeah.
That way you need is connection. So what you're thinking will appear for you. What I want to say, I know I don't know if it's clear, but what you're thinking will appear for you in many different ways. When you're waiting at the doctor's, when you're reading a book, when you're watching.
Absolutely. God has an infinite number of answers and solutions for every one of your desires, and is constantly giving us hints, if you will, trying to lead us down and open up those doors. And so for us to just say, I'm going to give this up. I'm not going to try to figure out how to do it. And, I'm going to ask for it and then allow God to give me the hints, and I'm going to be awake to that. My mind is, my feelings are, that my senses are. And so, see, when I see the rainbow, or when we see the rainbow, or the rays of sunlight from the sunrise, Angelica is one of few people that was seeing the sunrise and with the beams. Why? Because most people are asleep. Not literally asleep, okay? That they're asleep, they're not open to. And so what did that do? That lifted her up. So it was a way to lift up her so that she could increase her vibration, so she could attract more of what God had in store for her. And that's why she had a miraculous client, miraculous, experience with them, and why everybody's just all happy, because that's how it can happen when you lead with heart. Isn't that beautiful? Are you ready for a little singing? We've invited our hearts in. We've invited our hearts in. Sing it with a bang now. Now it's time for our dreams to begin. Now
it's time for our dreams to begin.
We love our Master Heart family.
We love our Master Heart family.
As we now walk together merrily,
as we now walk
now together merrily,
we are now leading with heart.
We
are now
leading with heart.
And this is how to live life smart.
This is how to live life smart.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys, we're going to have like an amazing, miraculous week. Love you all. See you next week. Or let's see, Archangel, who will be with Archangel Shamuel. Unconditional love is coming our way next week. So love you all. Know that everything is coming your way.
Bye, everyone. Have a blessed day.
Bye.